the earth element for me, where I start, is this physical body, the physical matter. And of course, it's also made up of water, air, heat, and we'll experience that aspect of ourselves in the coming weeks as well. But what's sort of solid and right here, right? Beginning with this. And as I was contemplating what has been the most powerful thing that I have learned or come across or developed in terms of how I relate to my body. And the answer that came was sort of, self-love, loving my body, actually loving my body, actually really caring for it. But the thing is, I thought I loved my body the whole time. And really what I was experiencing with my body in the past was actually something more like attachment, something more like identification. I was really identifying with my body as myself, or certain aspects of my body as Erin. And so that made it very challenging when something would change that I thought, but that's me, but it's going away. Is Erin going away? Or reconciling my identity with something that shifts in my body. And of course the things we don't like, right? An illness or an injury. I don't identify with this, right? This doesn't seem like me. So along the way and then that caused me a lot of suffering and actually would impede often me getting the health help that I need. I wasn't able to really work on the physical because I was so wrapped up. I was intertwining the physical and this identity of self. So in a lot of ways, what really happened is I became less attached to my body. And as strange as it might sound at first, grew to actually be able to respect my body, almost like as if it were an autonomous being of its own. And so now I actually have a relationship with it as opposed to just being in that intertwined space. And so now, rather than that, with that attachment, I was always just projecting onto my body, this is what you're supposed to be. And now in this relationship that's a little bit more back and forth, I listen, right? And then I might go, oh, what's going on here is not good. I'm going to go to I am going to enforce something a little bit. I might go to the doctor. I might make a plan for myself. I might put myself on a little diet, as I've been doing. Or do you know what I mean? Right? I might take the mind and impose some things on the body. We're not going to have all that sugar that you're craving, whatever it is. But that it's not just a one-way conversation anymore. That I'm really spending a lot of time listening. Our meditation practice itself, our physical practice, which we're about to do in a minute, these can all be places where we really drop in and we listen. And so here's an assignment for this week. Experiment with different ways of kind of talking to your body or looking at your body that help you get that sense that it is not me, and yet I love it. And yet I respect it, just like I love all of you. I'm not you. If I was all identified with all the things you were doing over there, it would be kind of funky and messy, right? But instead, I'm here going, oh, I'm so grateful for you. How are you over there, right? And we can check in. Check that out for yourself with the body. And something that's been really helpful for me is bringing in analogies and playing with them. So thinking that this is a very classic yogic analogy, that the body as a vehicle. If you're really into landscapes or geography, you could think of your body like a continent, I don't know, and kind of learn how to draw these maps, learn how to actually be the witness to something, and we'll find that this love and admiration and affection comes. And it comes without this, well, I'll give you love and admiration and affection when you fit my projection, when you fit what I want you to. And here's the last little bit. This is a two dots that I just really kind of connected fully last night. A lot of the yogic teachings talk about how we have to stop identifying with the body on our way to enlightenment. And what is enlightenment but this lightening of our attachments, of our restrictions, right? We're lightening ourselves so that we can be in that place that is the witness, that's not attached to any of this stuff. If I'm attached to my body, I'm in trouble because the body ends inevitably. So on this road to enlightenment, as we lighten ourselves of these identities and attachments, the lighter we get, the easier it is to love everything. Ironically, in a way, to identify as everything, not just this one, but all of it, and all of the aspects of the earth, the heat, the water, the air that move through all of us, what unites us. So these yogic teachings talk a lot about how much that disidentifying with the body is a huge part of this enlightenment process. And last night I was thinking about the Yoga Sutras, right? The very beginning, most famous line of the Yoga Sutras, Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. There's this line that is, that yoga is that experience of the spinning thoughts quieting. And at that moment, we experience the true self. The seer sees herself, right? I understand what the self actually is, that enlightened self, which is the simplest way we can put it, is pure awareness. Whatever awareness I was before I got this body, and whatever awareness I will be after this body. The same awareness, of course, the body's changing every second. The awareness isn't, right? So that's the self. And then the next line, he says, at all other times we think we're the thoughts. And I was thinking last night, where's the part in the Yoga Sutras where, well, what about when I think I'm the body? And I realized we never actually really think we're the body. The only thing we can identify with is thoughts. Now, those thoughts can contain any content. Those thoughts can contain, I am a body. But the reason why we don't have to actually get rid of this body in order to be enlightened, we don't need to lighten our mortality, actually. This is why you can be a jiva mukti, in the same body without reincarnating, enlightened. That's why it can happen in this lifetime. We don't need to get rid of this thing. There's nothing wrong with the body at all. Gosh, it's a miracle. All we need to do is to continue to disidentify with the thoughts about our body that are false, that are attached. There's just the chitta vritti and reality, in a way, we could say.